All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is January 3rd, 2025. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Thank you for being here. Made some money today. Bought some SPY calls. We had a trading plan, and we bought SPY calls on first 10-minute candles, as long as it wasn't a doji, as long as it wasn't a topping wick, and as long as it wasn't a red candle. So we bought SPY calls right here at 587.60, rode them up to 592.47 or so, and then took some profit up there. So nice day today in the markets. So that's all we did. We just bought the calls, and we did it because we had a game plan. So the game plan brought us money again today. Okay, buying those calls, selling them off up there. All right, so let's take a look at some charts. And first chart we'll look at is SPY. All right, so let me just move this stuff out of the way. And all right, for SPY on the 10-minute, got a 10-minute downtrend coming into the close. All right, for the 2-hour uptrend coming into the close. Daily chart is still in a downtrend. Daily candle right back at the 8, putting a nice spike in there in the 8 EMA. Price action, higher low, higher high. Closing over a bearish trap under the falling 17 EMA. Nice work for SPY, bouncing off of the double bottom down here. Okay, so we got a bottom here and a bottom here. Got a double bottom, and we bounced right back to the 8 EMA. Maybe we hit the 17. Okay, we'll see if that's where we're going. All right, so let's take a look at QQQ. Oh, by the way, here we are. Head and shoulders showing up here on SPY. There's your head. Okay, and then here's a right shoulder. There's a left shoulder, looking for price action to break the neckline right there. And then the right arm extends down as far as the left arm, right down to here. We'll see what happens. Head and shoulders pattern. Okay, first you need candles moving in the southern direction in order for that to work out. Okay, so far we've got left neck, right shoulder. Need price action to come down here. Take out this neckline right here on the right shoulder. And then we're looking at a gap fill right in through here. Okay, so we got a gap on this side. And we also have a little gap on this side right there. So you got a $2.50 gap there. And looks like probably a $3.50 gap over here. So between these two candles, yesterday and today, got a couple of gaps going on. One of them is going to get filled, maybe even both. We'll see what happens. It's possible they run up here and fill that gap, stall out, come back down, fill this gap. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's SPY on the daily chart. SPY still in a daily downtrend. They won't be in an uptrend unless they take out this high right here. Okay, that would negate the downtrend and convert the uptrend. Got to take out a high. All right, so far they made lower lows. That's why they're in a downtrend. Let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ also in a downtrend, made a lower low right here. Price action, same as SPY. Okay, higher low, higher high, closing over, bearish trap under falling 17 EMA. Okay, again, for QQQ to negate the downtrend, they have to take out this high right here. Okay, taking out that high would negate the downtrend. Right now, got a little bit of work to do. All right, they also have a gap overhead and none under. They have a gap overhead here, so we'll see what they want to do. All right, FNGU. All right, FNGU putting in looks like a bull flag to me right here, but they are in a downtrend because they made a lower low. You got that valley between the two peaks here. All right, so and price action came down here and made a lower low than that valley. So FNGU in a downtrend. Price action, same as SPY. A little bit better though, closing higher low, higher high, closing over the bearish trap and over the 17 EMA. So FNGU looking pretty good. All right, but still in a downtrend. Okay, so caught underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP right there. Okay, price action over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP right there. Prior all-time high, the all-time high. So price action kind of bouncing in between the two of them. So there's FNGU on the daily chart. FNGU still in a downtrend. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Here's Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow is in a downtrend as well. They took out this low. Price action right here, price action. Inside day. Look for Diamond Dow to have a great day on Monday. Lower high, higher low, closing inside a bearish trap under the falling 17. Okay, Diamond Dow still in a downtrend. On the bullish side of neutrality right here, this would be the midpoint of the rally up. So they're on the bullish side of that. No longer in the upper third, no longer in the upper quadrant right there. So Diamond Dow just kind of neutral right there. Going up, giving it up. That makes it neutral. All right, let's take a look at IWM. IWM, same deal. Going up, giving it up. That's just neutral. Okay, price action for today. They're in a downtrend as well. By the way, all the Fab 5 are in downtrends. Okay, that's all five. IWM, Diamond Dow, SPY, QQQ, and FNGU. All right, all in daily downtrends. Okay, you'll find some 10-minute uptrends, some 2-hour uptrends, but they are all in daily downtrends. They have all made lower lows. Okay, so here's IWM today. Kind of same as the rest of the market. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bearish trap, but underneath the falling 17 EMA. Out of the 5, FNGU looks the strongest. Okay, closing over the falling 17, FNGU did. IWM right here at the midpoint, just neutral. Again, moving up and giving it up is just neutral right there. They're on the bullish side of neutrality, which is pretty good, but still just neutral here. Got to see some upward momentum. Not seeing it yet. And in order for them to negate the downtrend, they got a lot of work to do. They won't negate the downtrend until they take out the all-time high, because they didn't put any lower highs in here, except they still haven't got a lower high. I'm not even going to count that because it's not over the 17. It's barely, it's just a bare flag right through here. All right, let's take a look at technicals. These should look wild. T2122. All right, T2122 for today. Knocked on the oversold zone. Okay, right down here. See how we knocked on the oversold zone? Okay, bounced out of the oversold zone like a rubber band and wound up making higher lows and higher highs inside the seller's chop zone, knocking on the door of the midpoint right here, T2122. Little bounce action going on. T2123, did we bounce? I have to take a peek here, see if we did bounce. Let's edit this, and we'll see if we bounced. No, well, I don't know. All right, not much of a bounce. All right, this is a prior all-time high. That should be support. Price action came into it once on the 30th, again on the 2nd, and then it looks like we spiked it today. Then we're back up here. So half the day was red, half the day was green. All right. Unlike the SPY, the whole day was green on SPY. Okay, so T2123 looking like it may have found support. We have on the 15-minute chart an inverse head and shoulders right here on T2123. It's hard to see it, I know, but here would be the blockhead down here, okay, and then barely visible, just barely right shoulder there, left shoulder there, okay. Not much of a neck, but they could find themselves bouncing back towards this falling 200 SMA. All right. So there's T2123. And let's trash that out. Take a look at FNGU. Actually, we'll look at the 3-bar chart. Again, underneath the flat 200, 3 more red candle bars. Trying to find support, maybe a triple bottom here on a prior all-time high right there. That's a prior all-time high, this green line. You can see it's right there, kind of holding price up right there. FNGU, price action, green from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. No wonder the SPY rally. Question is, can we rally a little? Will we get any follow through to yesterday's candle? And looking at this, it would have been different. I would have said, hey, yes, if we'd have got on the other side of the 200. But look, directly on the other side of the 200 is all-time high anchored VWAP. It would have been nice if we got on the other side. We knocked on the door twice, but we didn't give up. That's a good sign. So moved up and kind of held up there. So we're leaning and knocking, trying to get on the other side of this falling 200 SMA right there on FNGU. So what do I see in store for Monday? Well, we got a valley here. And we haven't made a higher high yet. So, I don't know. Doesn't look good. Watch the 15-minute. They may give it up. This is bullish, holding it up. Price action right here. Okay, because FNGU, this is the one that jerks the QQQ and the SPY around. All right, so we got bullish price action, price moving up and holding the higher ground. Now, they have a nice 15-minute uptrend. If they could continue that and slowly melt up through that falling 200 and the all-time high anchored VWAP, there is some possibilities if we could just get that done. Okay, so there's possibilities if we can melt up through that. All right, so I don't think we're going to pop up through it because actually the dollar's not doing us any favors. Earnings are a ways away, so we're not going to hear anything from earnings. And basically the economic data is kind of, I'm just going to call it stifled right now because it doesn't seem to have maybe inaccurate might be more of a better term, but it seems it's stifled because there are rumors of being inaccurate. So there we go with that. So there's FNGU. Would have been nice to be on the other side of the 200. But we've been here before. See that right there? Where we knocked on the door, came back, put in a higher low, and then came back up here, knocked on it again, put in another higher low, and then we found ourselves on top of it. All right, so you can see we may have to put in a higher low before climbing over it again. We'll see what happens. There's FNGU, 15-minute chart. Let's go take a look at precious metals back over here. Start off with silver. Silver's in a downtrend. Silver's price action, higher low, higher high, closing over a bearish trap and under a falling 17 EMA down here in quadrant 2. Silver still in a downtrend. Still no uptrend to be had yet. So there's silver. Start with gold. Gold is lower high, lower low, closing inside a bearish trap over a flat 17 EMA right there. Inside a bullish trap over a flat 17 right there. Kind of wedged between the 8 EMA and the all-time high anchored VWAP. It would have been nice if price went up and then they held the higher ground over the all-time high anchored VWAP, but no cigar for gold today. Okay, maybe they recovered. Maybe they recover Monday. We'll see what happens. So there's gold. Gold still in a downtrend. Okay, they have to take out this high in order to negate the downtrend. Right now, they're still in a downtrend. Yesterday they were in the upper third. Today they fell out of the upper third. And now they're in just the upper quadrant 3. Okay, so there's gold for the daily charts. Take a look at UNG. The UNG was in a, oh man, I wish I bought some UNG today. Nice pullback to the 17. Wow, this is beautiful. For those of you that bought some UNG today, nice work. Wow, great price. Right on top of, look at this, minor support. See the peaks and valleys? Well, minor support is the peaks when you're above it. Okay, when price is above it, you come down on top of it. The peaks are the minor support. So price action making connection with minor support and a rising 17 EMA. All right, and spiking the midpoint here. So price action looking good for UNG. Nice deep pullback. Probably look for some consolidation before they J-hook out of here. Probably take it a week before it J-hooks out of here. There may be some deals to be had next week. We'll see what happens. But I did mention this morning. I said price was right here, and I said, gosh, today would be a good day to pick up some UNG, and there it closed way down here at 1561. So UNG, congrats to all those who reloaded or just first time loaded on UNG. Let's take a look at USO. UNG in an uptrend and liking to buy that. USO also in an uptrend. All right, USO high. Wow, didn't think that candle would have got topped today, but it did. Wow, higher low, higher high, closing over a rocket bullish trap here and a rising 17 EMA. Okay, so really like to see this pull back here and pick some up just like UNG. Might have missed the boat on this one. But USO liking that price action right there. Who knows? Maybe they get up on top of this peak right here. That would be interesting. All right, so coming into resistance right there. See the wick? And right next to these other wicks. And then here's a sell-off there. We went up, and then you can see the sell-off down to here. Okay, so USO in an uptrend, breaking out of this consolidation wedge. Nice work. USO and UNG. So maybe this will be the year for energy. We'll see. All right. Doesn't look good for precious metals, I'll tell you that. Okay, let's go through these sectors real quick, and then we're going to call it a day and have a good weekend. All right, so SMH, still in a downtrend. Close to negating the downtrend by taking out this lower high would be an uptrend right up there. Almost done it. Almost getting it done. No cigar, but who knows what happens Monday. So SMH looking good right there. Consolidating on top of the all-time high anchored VWAP up in quadrant 4. SMH. Watch this one next week. Let's just see where Intel is. Intel back to 2050 and made a higher low right here. So watch Intel come back up to this 2024 high anchored VWAP, which is, looks like it's right about there, 2245. And if they can climb on top of that, that'll be a nice look. Nice look if they could get on top of that. Maybe make their way back up to this unfilled gap. Right there. It's been unfilled for about 6 months. All right, so there's Intel. But back to SMH, which put in a really nice candle today. Strong, solid green candle right there. Hopefully they can get some more of that done on Monday. A little bit of follow through would be nice. Negate the downtrend. See what happens. XLK. Technology sector. Technology sector is in a downtrend because they broke this low. If they take out this high, they'll be in an uptrend. They're in quadrant 4. Haven't moved up in a while, making lots of peaks and valleys here, just kind of consolidating up here in quadrant 4. That's bullish up there in quadrant 4. Today's price action is a higher low and a higher high, just like almost all the index candles, closing over the bearish trap but under the falling 17, and also underneath that all-time high anchored VWAP. XLK is still bullish but just started that uptrend yesterday due to making a lower low right here. Okay, so let's take a look at XLI is in a downtrend, dealing with the midpoint. Okay, notice going up, giving it up. So just neutral right through here. Price action, just like the daily candles on the indexes, higher low, higher high, closing inside a bearish trap under the falling 17, under the falling anchored VWAP there, all-time high anchored VWAP. Up in quadrant 3 and dealing with the midpoint, going up, giving it up, just neutral right there, and still in a downtrend. XLU, going to say the same thing about XLU. Going up and giving it up right here, just neutral, dealing with the midpoint, trying to climb out of here back into the upper third. So price action for XLU a little bit better than XLI. Higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, okay, and over the falling 17, and darn near making contact with all-time high, no cigar, pretty close, all-time high anchored VWAP, which is right here. So there's XLU. So the utilities sectors getting fired up here. Could be a recession. I don't know. Is that why they're getting fired up? We'll see. XLU. Let's take a look at XRT. Then we'll do XLF. XRT in a downtrend. They made a lower low down here. Okay, so price action for XRT right here. Just more selling. Still consolidating over the prior consolidation. Okay, so remember, this is all the prior consolidation right through here, all of this. Okay, that's our prior consolidation. And for the most part, this is our new consolidation right through here. So that's bullish up here. We're just not moving up. We have started a downtrend by making a lower low. All right. So XRT was looking pretty in this bull flag, and then they kind of lost it. They were in the upper third. They actually were in the upper quadrant. They're actually leaning on the top of quadrant 4 at one point. Okay, but here we are now, falling out of quadrant 4, falling out of the upper third, just kind of dealing and meandering right here at the midpoint. Again, XRT, retail sector, going up and giving it up. So just neutral right here, right now on XRT. Let's take a look at XLF. XLF is in an uptrend. All right, let's take a look at XLF. XLF is in an uptrend. If they take out this low, they will be in a downtrend if they take out that low. All right, or if they take out this low. Well, they'll get to this one before they get to that one. All right, so XLF. On the daily chart, inside day closing with a hammer over the bearish trap, but under the falling 17 and the all-time high anchored VWAP. Closing in the upper third. That's bullish up there. Still dangerously close to starting a downtrend, though, right there, XLF. Still in an uptrend. So SMH looking pretty good. I mean, they don't have far to go to bust out an uptrend in their consolidation. XLF looking good. They got a lot of work. They're still in an uptrend. They just need to get moving up. All right? So they kind of went up and gave up a lot of what they went up. So they just need to start getting back up there. So XLF is kind of close. They are in an uptrend. They're in the upper third. They could easily spin this thing around. Just need to see some capital injection. Unfortunately, we might not see that until earnings come out, which are 2 weeks away. So we'll see what happens. This is XLF on the daily chart, still in an uptrend. Okay, this is the one that really counts. This is the transports. And the transports are not looking good. Why? Because they took out multiple lows. Okay, they took out that low, they took out that low, and they even took out that low. They are below the midpoint. They are under the falling bearish trap. They are under the falling 17. They are under the all-time high anchored VWAP, and just losing it here, going up and giving it up, just neutral right here. Okay, just neutral. So transports, you want to see your transport strong. That kind of indicates products getting moved around the country, prices, products are coming off the shelf and getting restocked. Transports, not really showing us that right now. Okay, so there we are with the transports. So that's not a good look for the economy, because the transports are moving down and XLU looks like it's ready to move up. So kind of everything's kind of pointing towards a recessionary environment for maybe 6 months or so. We'll see, but that's what it's pointing towards, with the transports in a in a downtrend and just neutral right here, and then XLU seems to got a little fire built underneath it, is looking like it wants to head back up to the upside. All right, so there we are with the sectors. All right, we did the indexes. We did the IYT is a bad daily candle. It's a green candle. All right, so that happened. Thanks, Brad. That must have been Brad. Yes, it was. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's my 15-minute chart, so that's way off. All right, so it looks like it started down here, 673, and did it end up here? So it looks like a solid green candle with a little wick. Is that what it looks like? Close next to 68.59, right there. All right, so that would actually be close to, let's see if they opened. If they opened here, okay, they got a little tail and a little wick up at the top. Okay, so on the daily, it doesn't look this bad. It's actually green and it's solid for most of it, with a little tail and a little wick on each end. All right, so there's IYT on the daily chart. Closing over the bearish trap then, if it closed up here at 59, all right, but still under the falling 17, and it closed on the bullish side of the midpoint. Still a lot of work to be done to get this going in the right direction. Notice the next high to take out. In order to negate this downtrend, they have to go all the way up here and take out that high. That's how horrible this drop was. All right, so they got to go all the way up here. They will probably, more than likely, make a lower high before taking out that high. We'll see what happens, but I think we're more likely to put in a lower high and then take out the lower high before taking out that all-time high up there. Thanks, Brad. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Thanks for being here. I know if you followed the game plan today, you had to have made some money. You just had to. You just had to. I mean, it stayed in there all day long, and I gave you guys 2 game plans. I gave you guys a QQQ one worksheet, and I gave you guys the SPY worksheet. Okay, all you had to do was follow the directions on the game plan, and you would have made money. Actually, this whole week, if you just followed the directions on the game plan, you made money. All right? Thanks, Greg. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Julie. Thanks, Scott. Thank you, everybody. Everybody had money was good today. Love it. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Got a short week next week. Okay. They couldn't give us Friday off because options expire on Friday. But they're going to give us Thursday off. Okay. Thanks, Harry. All right. Options expire on Friday, so no dice on that one. But they're going to give us Thursday off instead. Anyways, have a great evening. Thanks, Mando. Yep, short week next week. Actually, it's a broken week. Not a short week. It's a broken week. Monday through Wednesday. Thursday, markets are closed in observance of Jimmy Carter, our ex-president Jimmy Carter, passing. All right. And then Friday, we're back. All right, because we got options. Okay. All right, guys. Great weekend. Great day. Have a great day. Thank you. Yeah, Thursday, we're closed. Yep. Yeah. Not the room, the whole markets. The markets are going to be closed. Yep. All right. Until then, have a great weekend. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me today.